Hello and welcome to or back to the channel and welcome to another TEW9 What If video here. Series where we take a look at some moments in wrestling history and see how things could have played out differently if they had unfolded differently. And today we're looking at one man in particular, who I didn't put on the shortlist prior to starting this video, and Mr. Cody Rhodes. And now Cody Rhodes, I'm sure we'd all agree, is absolutely killing it in WWE. I mean, 2 straight WrestleMania wins, 3 straight WrestleMania events, technically, if we count Saturday and Sunday as different WrestleManias. If we don't, 2 is still pretty solid. I mean, and the current WWE Undisputed Champion. Very solid. Now, all of this happened. Oh God, I'm going to run through the Cody Rhodes story really quickly. Cody Rhodes in May 22nd, 2016, left the WWE per his request. He requested to be released. He was released. Went around the Indies, started AEW. We all know how massive the AEW is. And then from there, came back to WWE, fought Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. The rest, as they say, is history. He returned in 2022. It's not very long ago, is it? Wow, time flies. And he's killing it. But what if things had played out differently? What if, instead of requesting his release, Cody said, you know what? No, I'm going to stick with it. I'm gonna be undeniable. I'm gonna make sure they see that they need me. Okay, instead of leaving WWE to prove himself, he stays to prove himself. Can he become WWE champion even sooner? Will he never become WWE champion at all? And outside of WWE, how are things going to differ? I mean, if Cody Rhodes doesn't leave WWE, is there going to be no AEW? Does that never happen? Will it happen differently? You know, will Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks, and Grado start a wrestling company? Who knows? Let's find out. Without further ado, let's find out what if Cody Rhodes never left the WWE. And here we are, Monday the 1st of April 2024, just after what would be WrestleMania 40, where Cody Rhodes, of course, finally defeated Roman Reigns, ended the Bloodline saga. Well, the Bloodline saga never ends, I'm sure we've accepted that, but ended his championship reign and became the Undisputed WWE champion. You know, a lifetime of hard work and determination. His story finally, well, ending for that chapter as well. Stories never end in wrestling, do they, God? But what if he didn't? I mean, the first thing I notice is, in the headlines, there's no WrestleMania. I mean, it might just be, it's probably programmed for the start of April, so that's on me. AEW has a show. AEW does exist, and there's a show called Featured Attraction. Kurt Hawkins is big news. Wow. MJF is raring to go. Apparently, we will check on Cody. MJF is unemployed. What's he been up to? He was in WWE briefly. Don't know what happened to him. Didn't win any titles. I mean, without further ado, I guess we just look at Cody Rhodes, shall we? Alright, he's unemployed in the men's division, 38 years old. He's only 38, oh, wow. A guy can really forget how old Cody Rhodes is. Really? Wow, well, he's married to Brandy still, so good for him. He's currently toxic after being caught in a drug smuggling operation. Okay. Ooh. I guess that's what 6 more years in WWE will do to a guy. Jeez, he really, really got into character for his character in Arrow. Jesus Christ, Cody. Which might explain why he's unemployed. Jesus, cocaine Cody Rhodes. Who'd have thunk it? I mean, news-wise, he was in WWE, he got injured very briefly, knee ligament damage, only out for about a month, exactly a month, in 2020. So he's pretty well injury free. And then he went to Evolve. Between MJF and Cody, I mean, typically, when this kind of happens and it doesn't say they've been released by a company, that means because that company's not here anymore. So we will investigate WWE's status, shall we say. Let's see how Cody's doing in a minute though. Skill-wise, he's pretty solid. He'd probably have his pick of companies if it wasn't for the whole cocaine Cody thing. But cocaine Cody, crackhead Cody, I mean, as long as the drugs he was smuggling were one of the C's, he's got alliteration on his side. He's not very popular, I assume, because of all the cocaine/crack. Leave in the comments which... Wow, that's a... of all the call for the comments, which drugs do you think Cody smuggled? Is not what I was going for, but hey, you know, once again, 6 years in the WWE will do a lot to it, but guy. Look how popular he was. He was an 86, and he lost 22 because of the drugs. They weren't one of the cool drugs then, you know that much. Attributes, he's a dynamo, he's easy to do business with, he's a fitness fanatic, he's a drug dealer, but we don't talk about that one. Jesus. Yeah, I mean, let's have a look at his title history, I guess, is the kind of main thing we're looking for here. Seeing IRL and WWE, of course, since he returned, he has won a Raw Tag titles with Jey Uso, Yeet, the WWE Championship, and 2 Royal Rumbles. So let's see if he's came close to that. Has he won a world title is the main question. He has not. He has not. Since staying in WWE, he did pick up 1 more Intercontinental title. He had it for 115 days and 3 defenses. A US title, his first US title, 78 days and 3 defenses. And he has picked up 3 World Tag titles with Rusev, a new tag partner. The longest reign was 193 days and 6 defences. Other than that, 56 and 57, 1 defence apiece. And also, the 2022 Royal Rumble, which is interesting. You know, IRL, he returned at WrestleMania in April of 2022. In-game, from staying in WWE, he achieved his Royal Rumble victory 3 months before his return and 1 year before his actual Royal Rumble win. But he couldn't follow it up with a WWE title. So, I mean, 2 Royal Rumble wins, a WWE Championship, and a Raw Tag title against 3... and a tag title, let's say, against 3 tag titles, a US and an Intercontinental and a Rumble. So, I mean, we're really comparing a WWE Championship, which is a big thing to compare, and a Royal Rumble against 2 tag title reigns with Rusev and Intercontinental and a US. Obviously, let me know in the comments what you think you would rather have career-wise. You gotta go for that WWE Championship Royal Extra Rumble, don't you? You'd give up the tag. No offense, Rusev, you'd give him up. I mean, him and Rusev were male tag team of the year as well in 2021 and 2022. So, well, in 2021, WWE male tag team of the year in 2021 and 2022. Have to get used to the company specific end of the year awards being here now. Power 500 rankings, staying in WWE, he was from 2016 onwards, 17th, 23rd, 19th, 16th, 10th, 2nd, 13th. You have to think that 2023 ranking was brought down by no companies wanting to work with him and him not being able to wrestle because of the whole crack/cocaine situation. Which is not a statement I thought I'd be making at the start of this video, but that's TEW for you. He was number 2 though, so he was doing very well. I mean, I'm intrigued. It was number 1. He lost to Dos Caras Jr. Who I should know who he is. It's Alberto Del Rio. Christ alive. Why is the thing that gave that away to me the fact he's engaged to bloody Paige? What is this world? Jesus Christ. Yep. Alberto. Just got 1 more WWE Championship win under his belt. An AEW World Title win as El Patron Alberto. Oh, this is a dark timeline. Cody's caught up in a drug infestation, and Alberto Del Rio was given best wrestler in the world 2 years in a row. Cody came second to Cesaro, 3rd place Bray Wyatt. May he rest in peace. You know, you thought that COVID-19 was the worst thing that was happening in 2021. Well, this reality had its own version of it. Jesus. I don't know if I should say that. Right now, Cesaro is once again the best wrestler. The Miz is number 2, tearing things up in, well, FIP. He was tearing up in WWE, but once again, I can only presume that, well, let's stop presuming. Let's go find out, shall we? AEW stuff going on. If you're interested, we'll have a look. AEW is here. Company-wise, I've got it set to any, so everyone's showing up, but still, I mean, let's have a quick look what companies are actually alive. Not WWE. and not TNA. AEW, let's have a look at AEW first. They started in May 2019. In this reality, AEW was fought up by Jeff Jarrett to compete with TNA and put him out of business. And he conceded in that mission, and he succeeded in taking out WWE as well. So it's all coming up JEFF, JARRETT. And his favourite head booker, Tommy Dreamer. Stokely Hathaway is right here as one of the faces of the company. Can't argue with that one. Power structure, very intriguing. No one else on the booking team. This is a weird company. Jeff Jarrett owns it. Tommy Dreamer's the only man in creative. The locker room leaders are Scott Hall and Kurt Hawkins. And you look at key personnel, and I mean, Pac, Oscar, Stokely Hathaway. Stokely Hathaway is AEW World Champion. Malcolm Bivens. I'm kind of vibing with this reality, actually. I take it back. You know what? It's worth it for that. It makes it all worth it, doesn't it? Jeez. Oh, my word. Yeah, it's a thing. They're putting on wrestling. High quality matches. Everyone's got high quality matches. Good on you, Jeff. I guess. He retired. He went into the... So he retired in 2017. A sad day for the world. Inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. And then 2 years later, 1.5-ish years later, came back. Starting up AEW. Pop off. WWE and TNA Hall of Fame are putting both out of business for his new company. Jeez, okay, King. NXT is here as well. I guess they became independent. John Layfield bought it. In canon. Yeah. JBL was released by WWE in April 2017, and November 2021, so about nearly 5 years later, just under, he bought NXT. Okay, and he is the head booker of NXT, if you're curious. No one's in the booking, it's just him. He owns it, he books it. He's got Sarah Del Rey and Lana there to look after the locker room. I mean, Johnny Gargano, Aiden English, Lana, Big E, Adam Cole. This is a mishmash of NXT eras going on here, but I'm kind of vibing. Only Lorcan is the NXT champion. Okay, Connell, pop off. Johnny Gargano's only a 2-time. Marco Stunt was there briefly. Jeez, I mean, what is this career path? Who had it? Ty Dillinger for a year. Vacated, he got called up. Mojo Rawley for a year, vacated, called up. Then Hugo Knox, Johnny Gargano, Marco Stunt, Johnny Gargano, Shima Zion, and now only Lorcan. NXT Tag Champs are vacant. They've been vacant for a year. JBL does not give two left bleeps about tag team wrestling. He literally put the belt on a hermit crab, so. And Lana is his women's champion. I mean, she's the locker room leader. How could she not be at the end of the day? Oh, wow. Jeff Jarrett. Jeff Jarrett was running AEW. JBL bought NXT out of spite as WWE went out of business. Speaking of. Okay. Alright, where do we begin? Ring of Honor went out of business. They went bankrupt. TNA went out of business. They went bankrupt. I'm slightly intrigued. Who was the final champions? Final knockout champion was Mandy Leon. John Hennigan was King of the Mountain. Tag team with Mandarin and Gail Kim. World tag with Jeff Hardy and LA Knight. Yeah. NXT division was DJ Zema Zion. 6-time champ. 6-time champ. 6-time champ. 6-time... I'm not doing the rest of that. Didn't quite catch up to Chris Sabin, but what are you going to do? And the final world champ was Davey Richards, which... Yeah, go on then. That's TNA enough for me. Did they put on good wrestling at least? Lethal Injection defeated the American Wolves for an 89. RIP TNA. They died tiny. And that brings us... Oh, I don't want to click on them. WWE were out of business in May of 2023. I mean, they were desperate for money. They had sold NXT 2 years prior. They were so desperate for money. They went bankrupt in the end. Yeah. Just financial problems. They were at war with AEW for 4 years, and AEW won. AEW won. What else is there to say? Oh, wow. So, in the end, Cody Rhodes leaving WWE was the best thing that ever happened to them. And Cody Rhodes starting AEW was the worst thing that ever happened to them. Because they're the only business in town at the minute, pretty much, other than JBL's NXT, which is an extremely strange statement. But going out of business and then recalling all your stars is a career move. I guess they had to recall them because, they couldn't pay them anymore. Which, understandable. The final WWE champions, if you're at all curious, let's go through it. Wow, that is... I was going to say, what are the active belts? None of them are active, because the company's dead. One step at a time. Then the final Intercontinental champion was Jeff Connolly. Final King of the Ring winner? Nope, not doing that. Final Money in the Bank winner? Nope, not doing those. Nope, nothing. This is sad. Royal Rumble. The final Royal Rumble winner was Cody Rhodes. Randy Orton won it 3 times. Oh, who won it? Seth won it. Randy, Roman, Cody. Women's Royal Rumble, not a thing. Not a thing. Not a thing. Not a thing. It's just the World Tag Champs, isn't it? Final US Champ was ZZ Loop. Universal title, not a thing. Nope. Lacey Evans was the final WWE Women's Champion. Lacey Evans and Lana had an epic feud for the belts between March of 2022 and November of 2022. I'm sad we missed that reality. Final world champion was Kalisto. He beat Apollo Crews for it. Okay. I mean, Undertaker was still winning world titles in the 2020s. The final tag champs was O'Brien and Fred Ye. Go on, give me the final WrestleMania before we call it a day. The final WrestleMania. I've lost it. 39. Is that right? Yes, it is. Obviously, this WrestleMania Hollywood IOL, ended with main event Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, with Roman Reigns on top. Here, the final main event in WrestleMania history is Kalisto defeating Apollo Crews to win the big one. So instead of Cody failing to finish his story with Roman Reigns, Kalisto finishes his story with Apollo Crews, whilst Cody is in the co-main event fighting Bray Wyatt. So I mean, he's not nowhere on the card. Dean Ambrose and The Miz versus Roman Reigns and Mojo Rawley. Big fan. Cesaro defeated Darren Young. Rusev beat Oney Lorcan. ZZ Loop defeated Big E. I recognise that bastard. I am just so intrigued by this world. Oh boy. And the final ever pay-per-view in WWE was Payback. Kalisto defeated Apollo Crews and Cody Rhodes. He had one chance left to win the big one. He was the best damn man in that ring, but he came up short to Kalisto. It makes you emotional. And the final ever episode of Raw. Cesaro and The Miz defeated Oney Lorcan and Roman Reigns by DQ. So Cody Rhodes was in the co-main event beating Big E. Final episode of Main Event. Luke Gallows and The Ascension defeated Rich Money and the Amazing Wrestlers. And the final episode of SmackDown ended with Cesaro and The Miz defeating Kalisto and Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns abandoned Oney Lorcan for Kalisto, and they still came up short. And Cody Rhodes defeated Luke Gallows. How can I sum this up? Possibly. So, what if Cody Rhodes stayed in WWE in 2016 instead of leaving? Well, AEW still happens, brought about by Jeff Jarrett. JBL gets released and buys out NXT out of spite. WWE go out of business. Impact go out of business. And Cody resorts to selling cocaine or crack or something that doesn't start with C, but that's less fun in my books. You can let me know which reality you prefer, the one we're in or this one. It's a toss-up, I'm sure we'd all agree, but let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, as always. Let me know any experiments you would like to see. Would love some ideas. I've got some in my head, but, new game, new experiments, or what you got? I'm so intrigued. What if scenarios would you like to see play out? Leave a like if you've enjoyed. I hope you have. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. As always, subscribe for more so you don't miss a thing. And as always, I just want to say a very special thank you for watching.